So, basically, well, Tommy Robinson has admitted that he was in contempt of court. Now, this is hilarious, because here you have Tommy Robinson, before this whole thing happened, right up till today, essentially claiming, I did nothing wrong. This is pursuit after me. I am a victim. I am an enemy of the state. This is a crime against free speech and free journalism. We're living in a police state. This is just a police cover-up. Oh, well, congratulations, guys. You backed the wrong horse in this race, because Tommy has admitted to his crimes. Yep. EDL founder Tommy Robinson spared jail for contempt of court after accusing rape defendants of being Muslim paedophiles. This is from the Kent Online, by the way. I'll leave a link below. The founder of the far-right English Defence League has been given a suspended jail sentence after gate-crashing a courthouse where 4 men were on trial for gang rape. Tommy Robinson, who appeared under his real name, Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, had arrived at Canterbury Crown Court as evidence was still being given. Claiming to work for the Canadian-based online Rebel Media, he walked through the courthouse intending to confront the defendants. But Robinson, whose far right-wing beliefs are broadcast on the internet, was given a judicial ear-bashing by British laws. Judge Heather Norton said, "This is not about free speech, this is not about freedom of the press, nor about legitimate journalism, and nor about political correctness. This is about justice and ensuring that a trial can be correctly carried out justly and fairly. It is about being innocent until proven guilty. It is about preserving the integrity of the jury to continue without people being intimidated or being affected by irresponsible and inaccurate reporting." After discovering that security staff had made arrangements for the jury and the defendants to leave by a side entrance, he began making a piece-to-camera filming inside the court building, which he accused the police of colluding in a cover-up. He was then later arrested for being in contempt of court because it is an offence to make videos or take photographs inside court. He was ordered to appear before Canterbury's top judge, where he then apologised for his breach of the ruling. The 34-year-old from Luton was given a 3-month jail sentence, suspended for 18 months after arriving for the hearing with the QC, another barrister and a solicitor, all paid for by his supporters. So, yeah. Guys, you just got taken for an absolute loot, because I said this right from the start. He knew about these laws. He had to have known about these laws. I know about them, but I work in the media, but I've never had to film in that type of circumstance or anything like that. But here you have basically a guy who did this for nothing more than a publicity stunt, and that's what it was. He fooled you, and then he got you to pay for his legal expenses. The judge told him on May 8th, as proceedings in a rape trial were still ongoing, you attended with another and carried out filming on the court steps inside of the building. Both these film pieces were then published on the internet under the heading which read, "Tommy Robinson in Canterbury exposing child rapists, police help them escape. This was a deliberate action on your part to take photographs of the defendants, actions which you continued in spite of being told not to do it. You made it abundantly clear that your mission was to film the defendants, who you referred to by their religion as Muslim child rapists and Muslim paedophiles. I take a very dim view of your conduct, which was in the face of repeated warnings. Robinson admitted that he had come to court to film the defendants, but was foiled by the good officers of the court security staff," which again is a quote from him, "who had alerted the judge. The judge said that there are notices all over the building to make it clear that filming or taking photographs is an offence and may be contempt of court. You were told very clearly by the security staff of this county that you were told to stop filming. She added that responsible members of the press, like the Kentish Gazette, would never have breached the strict liability rules which apply along these cases. Richard Koloreski, QC defending, said Yaxley had been told by police officers and an usher at a management's court in Luton that he could film in the precincts but not in the courtroom. He added that the intention was not to frustrate the court process but quite the opposite. The QC asked for a prison sentence to be suspended because he received death threats after his association with the right-wing EDL, although he has not been a member since 2013. And then that's basically it. So yeah, here you have basically him being an absolute idiot, breaking the law probably on purpose to get attention so that he could basically get you guys to pay his legal fees, and basically he's admitted to it. So this guy who had been crowing from the rooftops preceding this, basically saying that this was political correctness, and accusing the police of trying to cover it up, trying to essentially subvert the fairness of a jury, and trying to corrupt their their thought process and make them biased against the defendant or defendants. This was all planned out, I think. This was all planned out so that Tommy could, be in the media a bit and, gain some sympathy and, but it's not. He's an idiot, guys, and you got taken for a ride if you think that it was for any of the reasons I've stated that he was arrested. He is not a hero. He is not some, golden journalist. He's an idiot who spreads fear and ignorance against Muslims because he's got an agenda to spread fear. And where does all this fear end up going? It ends up in people doing attacks against the Muslim community, carried out by extremists and criminals. And then these guys go on to affect, the entire Muslim community, which in then makes it easier for ISIS to recruit people. This is what I've been saying for these past couple of videos about Tommy Robinson, and I'm right. I was right. I was 100% right. And that's what's... that's the problem. I'm in a situation where I absolutely hate that I was right about it. Because if you go back and look at those videos about what I was saying, about what would happen after the next terrorist attack, has come true. It's happened. You've had a violent incident. There was a firebomb. The mosque got firebombed literally less than 24 hours after the attack had happened. You are an absolute idiot if you think Tommy Robinson is a hero. I'm sorry, but you are. He is not bringing truth or bringing light to anything. He is hiding behind legitimate criticism of Islam to try and spread fear and hatred. And he's basically playing, an incredible game of politics or the other. And then it's so hilarious that he goes, "Oh, but I don't understand. I try and keep these white supremacists away from my group, but they just came pouring in." And it's like, do you not think that... has he even stopped for a second to think that what he might actually be doing is racist? Because there was a BBC documentary, just before we go, about his... when he was in Pigda, and he was sort of forming the group, and you see one of the meetings, And in the meeting, they basically discussed, okay, how can we say this without being racist? And that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave as the end note to that video, because that sums up Tommy Robinson and the groups that he represents and is being involved with.